Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to PTSP online class. This is the third week we are continuing the PTSP online classes. In the last classes, we have studied the introduction about the probability theory and the stochastics process. After that, we have seen some of the problems in the probability. We have studied the concept of permutations and combinations. By using that permutations and combinations, we have solved some of the problems. And also, in the last class, we have studied some of the important axioms in the probability, which are very useful in calculation of probability of an event. Here I am going to revise those axioms. After that, I am going to solve some of the problems. That means we are going to verify if we have the question, then we should know whether that probability is permissible or not. We must know by verifying all these three axioms. After that, we are going to study some of the elementary theorems which are very useful and important in the examination point of view. Axioms, I am repeating those axioms in the probability. There are three important axioms in the probability theory. First axiom is nothing but probability of any event, probability of an event must lie between 0 and 1. That means it should not be less than 0 and it should not be greater than 1. Probability of any event should lie between 0 and 1. From 0 to 1, it has to have the probability value. And that event, whatever the probability we are calculating, the event must be a subset of sample space. Sample space, we know the definition of the sample space is nothing but the total number of programmable outcomes of an experiment is called sample space. For example, I am having one particular coin which is having head and tail. If I throw that particular coin, then there is a possibility of head or tail, either head or tail. These two total possibility of program outcomes is called sample space. And then what are the events then? Head is one event and tail is also another event. These head and tails are subset for the sample space. Total number of possible outcomes is nothing but sample space. The probability of any event, we are assuming event is A now here. The probability of an event must lie between 0 and 1. 0 less than or is equals to probability of A less than or is equals to 1, where A is an event which must be the subset of sample space, in which we can have all the programmable program outcomes, possible program outcomes as in the form of a set. Coming to the next one, next important axiom in the probability, probability of sample space must be equals to 1. We know that means what? What is the probability of having all the program outcomes? Is 1 only. What is the probability of having all the programmable? That means what? Rather than these all programmable outcomes, we cannot find another programmable program outcome. So that the probability of sample space is 1 only always. Then another one, if I am having a sample space is with the 3 events. Sample space, I am assuming sample space S is equals to, I am having the 3 events X, Y, Z. Sample space S is equals to, we are having X, Y, Z, where X, Y, Z are events. So that probability of getting the union of all these 3 events, that means probability of X union, probability of Y union, probability of C. That means what? Probability of X union, Y union, C is equals to sum of the individual probabilities of those events. That is equals to probability of X plus probability of Y plus probability of Z. Here we are having the sample space with the 2 events only, A and B. In this example, I have given X, Y, Z. Here probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B. By using these 3 axioms, we can verify whether the probability is permissible or not. That means what? We are having one problem. By solving that problem, by verifying these 3 statements, these 3 axioms, we can say that whether the probability is permissible or not. The first problem I am going to explain to you, that is, I am having a sample space. Then first problem I am going to explain to you by going through these 3 axioms. First problem, I am find out whether the following probabilities are permissible or not. The statement is given that find out whether the following whether the following probabilities are permissible or not. We have some problems. By seeing those, we have to verify whether the probability for that given problem is permissible or not. First problem, I am going with the first problem. S is equals to, first problem I am going with the first problem. S is nothing but sample space, which is a set of some events. That means A1, A2, A3 and A4. The question is given like this. Sample space is a set which is having all the possible program outcomes. Program outcome is nothing but event. And here event A1, A2, A3, A4. 4 events are there. Then with these 4 events we have to verify. With respect to these 4 events, we have to verify these 3 axioms. And here probability of A1, is given as minus 1 by 2. Probability of A2 is having, 1 by 4. Probability of A3 that is given, it is a statement. Assume that we have calculated the probability of A1. After calculating, we got minus 1 by 2. Probability of A2, we have calculated the probability of A2 where we got 1 by 4. Assume that this is a given data in the problem. By seeing that data, we must verify whether the probability is permissible or not. P, probability of A1 minus 1 by 2, probability of A2 1 by 4, probability of A3 1 by 3 and probability of A4 is 0. First go with the first axiom, that is probability of any event in the sample space. Probability of all the events, probability of individual probability of all the events in the sample space must lie between 0 and 1. So probability of A3 it is 1 by 3, it is less than 1. Probability of A2 it is 1 by 4, it is also okay. Probability of A4 this is 0 and this is also okay. Whereas probability of A1 is minus 1 by 2. Probability of A1 is minus 1 by 2, so that this given question is not satisfying the axiom 1, so that you need not to verify the remaining 2. It is not satisfying first axiom means the probability is not permissible for this problem. This is about first question. Second question I am going with the second question. Second question, with the given data we have to verify whether the probability is permissible or not. Second question, I am having a sample space that is S is equals to A1, A2 and A3. A1, A2, A3 are the elements or objects or the events of that particular experiment. Then here possible outcomes of that experiment. Here probability they have given, after calculating the probability they got the probability of A1, they got 1 by 3, probability of A2 they got 1 by 3, probability of A3 again they got the 1 by 3. 1 by 3, 1 by 3, and this is for our convenience I am going with this is 1 by 6. So that you can verify these data, given data with respect to the axioms, three axioms. First axiom is what? Probability of individual events in the sample space must be between 0 and 1 only. Here probability of A1 is 1 by 3 means it is less than 1. Okay, this is no problem. This is also no problem. Probability of A3 also 1 by 6, there is no issue. First it has satisfied. Coming to the next second one, probability of S is equals to 1. The probability of S must be equals to 1. And we know probability of S can be calculated. Probability of S is nothing but here the probability of A union B is nothing but probability of S only. Probability of A union B is nothing but probability of S only. So that probability of S can be calculated, probability of A plus probability of B. But here probability of S is nothing but probability of S in this question, probability of S is equals to probability of A1 plus probability of A2 plus probability of A3, probability of A3. Probability of this one must be 1, right? We require to get here 1. So that here 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. It is nothing but 2 plus 2 plus 1 by 5. So that it is 5 by 6. It is not equals to 1. Probability of total sample space must be equals to 1. Whereas in this given data, if you go with probability of S is equals to, we got it is 5 by 6 which is not equals to 1. So that the probability is not permissible for this case also. Probability is not permissible for this given problem also. Here permissible means it has to satisfy the three conditions. First one, probability of all individual events in a given sample space must lie between 0 and 1. It should not be a negative number and it should not be more than 1. And coming to the next second one, probability of total sample space is equals to 1. And it is nothing but the probability of sample space is nothing but probability of union of all the events. Union of all the events must be equals to 1. And this is the third one, and that is another version of the second point itself only. And coming to the third point, I am going with third example. I am looking forward, that is S is equals to, it is having, now I am going with the another example to find out whether the given for the given problem whether the probability is permissible or not. This is having the 4 events. One sample space is having the 4 events, A1, A2, A3 and A4. It is having the 4 events. Let us assume that. The probability of A1 is given 1 by 2, probability of A2 it is given 1 by 6. After calculating we got this one. Probability of A1 is 1 by 2, probability of A2 is 1 by 6, probability of A3 is also 1 by 6, probability of A4 is also 1 by 6. That means what? Probability of A1 1 by 2, probability of A2, probability of A3, probability of A4 equals to 1 by 6. So that the probability of S is equals to, we should write that is 1 by 2, that is probability of A1 plus probability of A2, that is 1 by 6, probability of A3 1 by 6, probability of A4 is also 1 by 6. So that it is 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is here 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 6. So that probability of S is equals to 6 by 6 is equals to 1. So that probability of S is equals to 1, it is satisfied, and all are less than 1 only, all are less than 1 only. Probability of all the individual events are less than 1 only. So that for this problem probability is permissible. Likewise, you can verify the for the given problem whether the probability is permissible or not. By going through the one more problem, we can close this session of verifying the probability whether that is permissible or not. Coming to the next one, I am going with sample space is given with the 3 events. Sample space is given with S is equals to 3 events, A1, A2 and A3. 3 events are there in the sample space. Sample space is nothing but total possible program outcomes. Total possible program outcomes. And here probability of A1 is 0, probability of A2 is 0, probability of A3 is 1 by 2. Here I am going with probability of A1 is 0, probability of A2 is also 0. After by solving one given problem, I got this one. Let's assume probability of A1 is 0, probability of A2 is 0, probability of A3 is 1 by 2. Then is it permissible? No, because it is satisfying the first condition, but whereas it is not satisfying the second and third cases. That means what? Probability of total sample space must be equals to 1, but here we are getting 0 plus 1 by 2, which is equals to 1 by 2. So that if this probability of A2 or probability of A1 is 1 by 2, if this is 1 by 2, then this probability can be permissible. And likewise you can verify. In this manner you can verify whether the given problem whether the probability is permissible or not. Coming to the some of the elementary theorems, and we are going to study some of the elementary theorems which are very, very useful in solving the problems and as well as in the examination point of view. And this elementary theorems will be asked for 5 marks in the long answer questions. Sometimes it may ask for 2 or 3 marks in the short answer questions also. And before going to study these elementary principles, I am going to explain again, if we revise these 3 axioms of the probability. First one is probability of all the individual events in a sample space must lie between 0 and 1. Second one, and the probability of total sample space is equals to 1. Third one is the probability of all the events, union of all the events must be equals to 1. That is nothing but probability of total sample space. Now we are going to discuss some elementary theorems in continuation to the axioms and elementary theorems. We are having some elementary theorems in the probability which are very, very useful in solving some problems, and by having the knowledge of these elementary theorems, we can directly avoid the more steps, avoid the more complex steps in the solving the problems of probability. First one, elementary theorem, first one, probability of complementary event. Probability of complementary event is equals to 1 minus probability of A. I am going to explain the question. After that we will see its proof. That means what? I am having a set A. I am having a set A. I wanted to calculate the probability of its complement. Probability of its complement. And C can be replaced by one line also. A dash you can call A dash or A bar also you can call. Probability of A complement is written as probability of A dash, probability of A bar. All the notations will give the information is same. That means what? We need to find out the probability of complemented event. Complementary event. A is a event. A is a event. We need to find out the probability of complementary event. Complementary event. This is A is a event. Complementary event, we know that is A complement. We need to calculate, we need to find out probability of this one, not probability of A. We need to calculate probability of complementary event, that is probability of AC, which must prove, we have to prove that, which is nothing but 1 minus probability of A, which is seems to a set operation, which seems to a set operation. We know that complement of a set A is nothing but 1 minus A only. Where 1 is what? Universal set. Where 1 is a universal set. From that universal set we are subtracting A, and the remaining part, after subtracting A from 1, the remaining part is nothing but it is a AC, that is complement of A. In Venn diagram you can see that one. For example, this is a set 1 or a universal set, and from this I am removing A, from this I am removing A, so that remaining part is nothing but it is AC. A complement or A dash or A bar. That means what? Now we need to calculate probability. Now we need to calculate probability of this probability of A complement. Probability of A complement, we must prove that 1 minus probability of A. And here we are getting probability of A complement, and here we are getting probability of A, but we need to prove that probability of A complement is equals to 1 minus probability of A. This is the thing we need to prove. And elementary theorem, probability of complementary, that means what? Here we need to calculate probability of A complement, where A is an event in a sample space. Probability of A, C or A bar is equals to 1 minus probability of A. Just now I have explained what is AC, and with respect to probability, and we are going to study this one not with respect to the set, so that here we are assuming instead of universal set, we are assuming it is a sample space. Both are remain same only, because universal set will have all the elements, whereas sample space will have all the possible program outcomes. I hope I am clear. Universal set will have all the objects or all the elements, whereas sample space is a set with the events which can have all the events. Here the two events we are finding. One is what? A, and another one is AC. A is a sample space. A is a sample space which is having two events. One is A and another one is A complement, in which we need to calculate probability of getting AC. And here we know that from this equation, S is nothing but what is? E is nothing but A union A complement. And this A union A complement will be total of S only. This S is defining A union A complement. Whereas if you go with A interception A complement, A interception A complement will be, there is no event we can find, so that A interception A complement will be null. That means what? No events can be intercepted between these two, so that there is no common event in between the A and S. And here we know that S is equals to total sample space is equals to A union A complement, because only two events are there in the S. This completely yes only. And here A and AC, that means what? A and AC are mutually exclusive events, mutually exclusive events, and here R we can call it is with respect to the union, this one with respect to intersection, that is A and A are disjoint sets. That means what? There is no common element found in the A and AC, so that A and AC are disjoint sets. So that A, as we said earlier, A intersection AC, there is no common objects are there in between A and AC, so that is null only. And from the third axiom, here sample is defined. Here the sample is defined as sample S is equals to only two events are there. A comma A complement, so that you can simply write probability of S is equals to, so that it is a sum of individual probability of all the events. All the events are what? A and AC only. Probability of A plus probability of AC. And we know that from the second axiom, it is clear that probability of S is equals to 1. So that 1 is equals to probability of A plus probability of AC. But what is our intention is to calculate probability of complementary event. That is probability of AC is equals to, we require to have this one, probability of AC is equals to 1 minus probability of B. Here this is nothing but what it is? 1 is nothing but probability of S only. That means what? Probability of S minus probability of B only. Here probability of AC is equals to, AC is nothing but what it is? Complementary event. And with respect to sets, it is very simple. With respect to the sets, it is very clear that is A complement is equals to, here probability of sample space is nothing but universal set minus, and this is not B, it is A only. And here this is a set. That means what? Whatever we have studied the complement set in case of sets, and we are studying the same concept in the case of probability. So that probability, we are introducing the probability with the sets and relative frequency thing will be, we are going to study in the coming classes. So that the probability of complementary event, that is equals to 1 minus probability of uncomplementary event. That means what? Probability of complementary event is equals to 1 minus the probability of uncomplemented event. And like this, we are going to study some more elementary theorems which are very useful in solving the problems in coming classes. In coming class, I am going to explain about some more elementary theorems. After that, we are going to study some of the long answers questions for 10 marks. Stopped it is? Switch off?
Enter the low power mode.
No problem. Run cancel button.